Hey guys, Super Silverman here. Going through this stuff we picked up from the Denver Coin Expo a couple weeks ago. Figured I hadn't made any update videos or finds, and that's weird for me, so I figured I would. I've been falling in love with these little generic capital sets, little snap tights. I found that I taking stuff out of the cellophane, I know it hurts people's feelings, but when you take them out, they look so much better. This is just a 70s mint set. I just wanted to keep the Kennedy safe. But I didn't want to break up the set because, well, I felt that was wrong. But out of that cellophane, they sure do look better, even if they're not full steps or full bands. Or I prefer it a whole lot more. You have a little homie shooting the world at you. So we've been going through some of these. Well, that was a pretty drastic zoom in. So I don't know if we'll get it today. We'll try. I didn't practice this before making the video, so if it fails, no big deal. Do some zoom action. Turn on some light. Okay, so that one's going to be the one that is doubled that way. So hopefully you can see. I know that zoomed in real far. That was just so I could see what I was doing. And I'll go back on out. And pick you up. So I hope you can see the S and the E are doubled to the southeast slightly, and it continues on through the rest. I know my resolution's pretty bad at the moment, and that I apologize. So we got doubling here on the S, on the insides of the T and the E. If I play with the light, you can see it. But those aren't behind or shelved. Those are actually there, and they're pretty thick. So I matched it up. This one is on Wexler's. It's one of the best of varieties, but I can't remember which one it was listed. I apologize for not being prepared. You can see it there on the S as well. So this is a 1958 plain. This is out of one of the uncirculated rolls we had picked up. So it's definitely not the only one of those we have found. There was quite a few of those in there. I say quite a few, I mean, if I hit double digits, I'd be happy, but I think I might have 8 or 9 mixed throughout that were pretty prominent, and you could actually tell up the stalks. Like your wheat ears are a little fat, and then up at the tip, you'll see it double out a little bit over here on the right stalk. And if I can get it right, you can see that double right there as well. So that was just one of the sweet little scores. I'm going to sit you on down. Zoom me out just poquito. And then another set we had picked up. Or, well, this is the other pack of that 70s set. We had Alrighty. So we picked up the 1970S Lincoln Cent with the R.P.M that everybody wants so badly for their collection. That is normally found in the mint sets, as they say. Oh, they weren't lying. It is an aggressive one. If I turn this down, maybe it'll help. Nope. It's just that time of day. So we'll turn it off. So yeah, you can, even with the shadow of the day behind it, you can see that. It'd be impossible not to. It's one of the thickest RPMs I've ever seen. So I understand why it's so sought after, because it is very, very prominent. People know what they're looking for. So that's definitely not all we had found. So this set I had put together, it's kind of a jumbled set with some of my other scores. That's because it has some irregularities that I needed to check out. Let me back this all the way out for you guys. So this, I'm pretty sure, is doubled. Starts at the inner lines of the F there. I know a lot of it looks kind of shelf-like, but over here, if I can take away some of this glare, maybe add some extra lighting. Those notch up and separate, and it's not necessarily shelf-like at all on those right here, this section. I don't deal with too many Kennedy double die reverses, to be honest. I deal with a lot of the obverse. It's not that I don't check, it's just that I don't get them very often. But that looks pretty doubled there, that S. I wish I could play with the light enough to get it to where you guys see what I see. It's just kind of difficult today with all the sweet natural sunlight. It's hard for the scope. It's great for the loop though. It sure is great for that loop. But yeah, this I'm pretty sure. If not, it's an MD that is definitely strong enough to be in Wexler's, because he does jot down his MDs as well. And we'll go to the quarter in that same set. Which one were you? It's a bit tough, but if I pick you up, you actually get a little clearer, so I'm sorry for that. I can make it easier. I just choose not to. Alright, so this would be the reverse as well. And this one I actually am pretty sure is a double. I think I have seen this one. As I said, I like to make videos before I match it up because I'm ridiculous like that. And today the lighting is not being a good friend. So, if anything, I'll remake this tonight, but I'm going to put it out either way today because I was able to show off a good little bit. So yeah, I'm thinking this is doubled as well in the reverse. It's just kind of hard to tell this afternoon. And this nickel, you're in here for a reason too. And it could also be a reverse. And if so, we're not going to be able to see this today. Not this morning. Oh, it is the reverse, and we might be able to see this morning. I remember now. Haha. The brain comes back to play. Let's see what we can do about that. If anything, I'll pop it out of the holder later when I get back from the bank. I got some pennies to grab, some pennies to turn in. And I potentially cherry picked my first online cherry pick, guys. We will stay posted on that for sure. But I think I grabbed a SMS 67 Kennedy that was in an old like ICG holder, listed as a 67 cam. And that is one of the deepest cam SMS sets I have seen in life or video, outside of Daniel Malone's video and one other who I can't remember, but I will give him his shout out because credit is due. So that'll be here. Alright, I gotta go make the payment today on PayPal, so hopefully next week we'll do a crackout video. So I know I'm random, I know I blabber in that crackout video. We're cracking this out. If you've made it this far into the video, and you don't know me and we haven't talked about this here nickel already, what's your opinion? You've already noticed that the holder is an old holder, because up until a certain year, they didn't list why it was just in a casket. That's what we call these. Genuine, not gradable. Well, this was their opinion back then, because I've looked at their photo grade, and if this is questionable color, which is what 91 supposedly means in their little legend, the toning and color they show on their photo graded nickels for the 67 and 68s are not only very, very similar to this visually, but more aggressive in their toning. So I think this was one of their screw-ups, and in that I seem to have picked me up a 1938D with full steps that somebody had just labeled questionable color for reasons unbeknownst to me. But there's no interruptions, there's no hiccups. I mean, they're a little faint, but you got to remember this is the first year, so I think they might let it slide. Either way, it's worth it to me because I paid, I think, $6. So I'd like to test my skill, and I think that one was a good win. I really do. So let me know what you guys think. Sorry for making this 10 minutes for no reason. Bah.